Hey, happy Monday, everybody. I'm just coming back to work after being off for 3 weeks. I'm in the Army, and it's been a great vacation. But I was talking to one of my young sergeants this morning, young NCO, who I have a lot of respect for. He's been in the Army for a long time. He's a sergeant, and I hadn't seen him in a while. I'm like, and he was still in E5. And I'm like, man, when are you gonna make staff sergeant? And if you're not familiar with the Army promotion system and the jobs, there's a point system, and some jobs promote faster than others. And he's in the job, he's in a specific career field where points are a little slower. But I was asking him, like, you know, why is it taking you so long? Because you're a hard charger. I'd promote you in a minute if I could. And your promotion's based off how much college you have, how much Army education, your physical fitness score, how well you shoot. There's a board that you have to go through. So it's a process. And, I'm like, well, what are you doing to get those points? Because there's a lot of people in the Army, and not just the Army, but in life in general, that are just waiting for things to fall in their lap. And I'm like, what are you doing to get closer? Because he keeps missing the points. He missed it by like 3 points last month. And I'm like, you know what? You got to be doing something that's going to get you to your goal. You got to sacrifice something in order to achieve that. And that's what sets people apart in this world, is those that are willing to get up and get after it. And I told them, you need to finish your college degree. You need to keep working on your points. And it's not something that you do overnight. It's a consistent habit that you do over time that sets you apart from everybody else. If you're willing to sacrifice something each week, like, one night a week to go to college to get that degree, or get those additional points that he needs to get promoted, he would set himself apart from his peers, because his peer group isn't willing to do that. Most people in general are kind of stuck in their ways. They have a lot of bad habits. They're watching too much TV. They're playing video games. They're, doing everything but what they need to do to get ahead, and then they complain about not being able to get ahead. Successful people sacrifice, and they do positive habits over time, and that's what sets them apart. For me, in my life, I grew up from nothing. I grew up I was straight up white trash. Grew up in a small town in Ellsbury, Missouri, just north of St. Louis on the river. We had nothing. I remember we had a wood burning stove. I remember we had a double wide trailer that we literally put 2 trailers together, 2 trailers that weren't even supposed to be together, cut the sides out, literally came from nothing. Bought my own school clothes when I was younger. I ran, I mowed yards, I ran a paper route, and I joined the Army because I didn't think I had any other options. And then finally, through some encouragement, through some good leaders, they told me, you need to start going to school. So I started plugging away at college. And being a college student in the Army is probably the toughest way to go to school. But in time, by doing that, by sacrificing, and people in the Army made fun of me because I wouldn't go out drinking beer with them. I had my head in the books, and I was doing all the right things. I was shooting well. I was working out. So my PT scores were up. I was getting promoted. I got promoted to E7 in 8 years. When I got my degree, it opened up the opportunity to go to officer candidate school, and I commissioned as an officer. And I attribute all of that from where I came from. That's statistically nearly impossible from my upbringing, and I attribute it to hard work and sacrifice over time. Because it took me 7 years to get my bachelor degree. I've been working on my MBA over the last couple of years, but 7 years, and trying to juggle the Army, taking a class, two classes at a time, it added up over time. And it opened up other opportunities for me. So my point is, if you want something in life, if you want to be successful, you've got to get after it. And that's what sets people apart. That's what sets successful people apart from everybody else. I read a book the other day that talked about the 5%. They're 1 in 20 people. There's somebody in your life that that just seems like everything is going their way. They're successful. And they just always tend to land on their feet. And that's because they have the slight edge. And the slight edge is doing positive habits over a long period of time that compound to success. Because you can have bad habits. You can eat like garbage every day, and then you wake up, and you're 20 or 30 pounds overweight. Well, you didn't get there overnight. You got there because of a year or two of just bad habits of daily ingesting extra food. Same with your financial. You people that are wealthy, most people that are wealthy have positive saving habits. They've saved part of their paycheck over long periods of time. It wasn't that they, I mean, because if you look at the statistics on lottery winners and professional athletes and you know, rock stars or whatever, that you know, they get their big sign-on bonus. Statistically, they have a high margin of fail because they've never had to manage money. They don't, but true wealthy people that have managed their money over time have done so because of positive habits. So that's just what I wanted to tell you today, was that if you want something in life, you've got to get after it. You have to make sacrifice. And if you sacrifice, you will achieve. So I hope you have a great Monday. This is my second Periscope video. I like to talk about this type of stuff, and I like to talk about fitness. So if you like what you see, just add me as a friend. And yeah, I don't know if you can leave comments on here, but I'd like to hear what you thought. So have a great Monday. We'll talk to you later. Oh, we got 4 people on. Who we got? I don't even know how to, sorry, I don't know how to use this. Scott Green, how you doing? And oh, I guess the camera turned backwards on me. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out, guys. I hope you guys have a great Monday. Thanks for watching. I still can't turn this off. There we go.